Let's see that because they did go to the store. Let's see if there's some water in there.
I think it's 21 night. Oh, we got definitely talk football.
Oh, yeah, I mean, if you want it, bro.
Do something to do or something. I don't want to never get my job is to come out and compete for my team at that age, and that's what my job is. I should do a 7 mama, sleep on me, it better be a coma, I wanna apologize, I'm the guy. She with me, she don't never pick a phone up, I bet you I'll be where they said I would, yeah. Doing everything they said I couldn't, yeah. Tell me who gon' stop me, take your best shot, paparazzi, I was hot on Rickle Family, yeah. See, I'm just trying to get this through, yo. It's the 6 figures on the humble, can this shit team when we come through, I'll get in the ring, we'll rumble, call it what you like, I hear what you saying, I ignore your advice, when you putting numbers on the board, they don't like you, Russell Westbrook, I go harder every night, too, harder every night, that's every night, I step with the squad when the ops switch the sides, they might say I lost, but don't say I didn't find you, Russell Westbrook, I go harder every night, too, harder every night, they hit my super phone like when you dropping, yeah, y'all just let me know you know I'm dropping, yeah, started from the Lord of now I'm dropping, yeah, but from a couple fans to a couple thousand, yeah, her phone face down with the platinum, she got her own face down with her ass, I can go to Uber, you was fine, I ain't got no problem dropping lines, drop out of New Jersey, see me get it, can't let it be specific,
Oh, he definitely talked about that. Everybody all going crazy about that. Yo, Chris, I was thinking too, bro. We should hit up Xfinity on Thursday. Bro. Hit up Xfinity on Thursday. I want to actually go out to the city, like, maybe grab some chicks, go to the stadium, stuff like that. But I feel like, opening day, Philadelphia, let's go. It's about to be live.
I go harder every night, too harder every night. That's every night. I step with the squad when I switch the sides. They might say I'm lost, but don't say I didn't find you. Russell Westbrook, I go harder every night, too harder every night.
Oh man, what's up? We back. Switch chairs. First one's on timeout for this last part. We're talking football. Sorry, we had to switch it up, but we got a good 30 minutes left. So
let's talk football.
Well, the big thing I got to get off my chest first is this Colin Kaepernick Nike deal.
Now wait, with the Nike deal too. They just came out today after, because we were talking about earlier, and then they came out with an article after that. He's not getting like the uniforms, the shoe deal, all the actual like material stuff. He's not getting that, but he's getting paid, and he's going to be on the front cover of the whole Nike thing and all that. The Just Do It campaign is his, but he's just not getting the merchandise right now. That's not what they're saying. Because that was part of it. They had put out in the original thing they was getting the merchandising and all that, just like he was a top level athlete kind of thing again as well. So just wanted to clarify that aspect too.
My thing is I don't care who they sign. I'm not burning my sneakers.
Well, you know what the whole thing came from was from him winning that collusion deal. Once he won that,
he didn't win it.
I'm saying he won the fact that now they can have the argument in court.
Yeah, he got the motion
because before then it was just an argument even to go into the court.
I was make sure he wasn't confusing.
Oh no, I know, but that was a big thing for him. And I think
that whole court thing is like jacked up. Now they gotta, and all the GMs gotta go there now. To see why they're not trying to sign him.
It's a good thing.
My issue is that Baltimore tried to sign him, but
his
girlfriend did something.
The Denver Broncos said they did too, but look, when you're going through a collusion case and you're trying to actually get it into court, because remember that case.
The court case
was going in before that.
I'm a Niners fan. Do we forget? And this is not a knock on Kaepernick. But how many games did he start consecutively that last year in San Fran?
I think like the last
Cody B.
I say the last 12 games he started.
Not even the last 12. The
Nah.
last
Nah, 'cause
4
then
or
they-
5.
Not consecutive. He was benched.
Yeah, he was
benched.
because remember that was the Chip Kelly
He started
year.
off on the bench because Blake Gabbert started.
Blake
He went
Gabbert.
He went like 1-4.
And then Cody Behar.
No, then Cap started the rest of the games.
Cody Behar got in the game.
Yeah.
And then that's when he went with Cap. Like the last 4 games.
But Cap threw 16 touchdowns, 4 picks.
Yeah, no, he did. He
I think
did.
Cap started like
In that was the
11
season
games.
that was the last season that he had actually had a major starting role, and then it was I don't know.
Season. I think that was
No,
his
one
last
time,
season.
no, one
period.
time during the season, they was getting blown out. And they put him in the game, and he threw like 2 touchdowns. I think.
Yeah, something like.
I mean, but he wasn't the player. He wasn't.
But remember, even that year, Chip Kelly even said it. Even though I'm not trying to sit up in here and be all about Chip Kelly, but he said he was sick beforehand, and he wasn't in the right type of football shape
he wasn't
or anything.
Yeah.
He wasn't there fully physically yet.
He was
So
bad.
there was a lot of things going on between that year.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I think everything had to do with politics and the fact that Colin was going through this whole motion with the courts and the NFL, and after that, when teams did come to sign him, why would you do that on his part if you're trying to win a case about the NFL colluding against you for the year beforehand? You know, that's my thing. It's like there was a full year when nobody tried. When he got blackballed. This was 2 years ago. This was all 2 years ago. And then for a full year.
When did this court stuff start? I think it just started happening, honestly.
No,
after he got released, then no team wanted him, and then like
the collusion hearing was last year, in the beginning of last off season.
I think they started. The GM started keeping him out the league after like he was released. Honestly,
Yeah.
At least 2 teams wanted to get
I
him.
mean,
This is how at least the 2 teams wanted him. I mean, I don't know what happened behind closed doors. I don't know what he did. I know he came out and said he'll play for free.
You know,
And his check
listen,
would go to like his charity, but I mean,
we all know what went down. There's a couple of GMs that wanted to sign him.
Yeah.
They went to ownership, said, "Hey, I'm thinking about bringing him in." Ownership was like, "Nah."
you see now you see all the I know somebody that I work with, and they told me they're not watching no. She's a Steelers fan, and she told me she's not watching no games.
And then
Because
look at it
they're
like
not
this
showing
too.
that because of the national anthem.
But do you?
And then look at it like this too. If you're an owner, you're saying, to your point earlier, it's like, all right, if I sign this guy, it's not necessarily even about the drama and nothing else like that, but they're going to say, I don't want you to do anything with the anthem. I don't want you. And if I'm Colin Kaepernick,
he said he was going to stand for that.
and if I'm Colin Kaepernick, though, I'm kind of thinking, even though I want to make my own choice, I want to be able to say, all right, if I don't want to stand for the anthem here, if I don't want to do this here, this is what I'm going to do. I don't even want to have that issue with my own.
This is my issue. We didn't have a thing where like if you don't want to stand for the national anthem, you can stay in the locker room.
Yeah.
What happened with that?
Malcolm Jenkins did that over the
They're
preseason.
starting to penalize it now. The NFL strictly said you have to be there. They're saying you have to stand up. You don't.
And they're changing these rules all the time.
This year, this is the policy. If you're on the field at the national anthem, you have to stand, but you do have the option of staying in the locker room. Yeah.
But there's
So
still
then-
but then there's almost like state
Well,
law compared to full
apparently-
government.
No, but
Then the
apparently-
teams are now penalizing teams
apparently to the
a la
NFL,
Miami Cowboys.
Apparently to the NFL, they're not broadcasting the national anthem no more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well that should have been done right from the beginning.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have the issue with Colin Kaepernick, he was doing it because he was on TV. So if you take these players off of TV when the national there's no
But
controversy.
I don't even understand. At the end of the day, me
No.
personally, I mean, and you know it. I grew up on a military base. I've seen how people actually at 5 o'clock every single day the national anthem plays. You'll be at a supermarket. You'll look outside in your parking lot. People will be standing and people will be
But
walking
here's
the
the
damn
thing.
cart into
But here's the
somewhere
thing.
or putting stuff into their car. And no officer, no commander, no lieutenant, no nobody pulls a citizen to the side and says, "Why are you walking during the national anthem? Sit over here with your hand over your head, heart or whatever, and
Because
stand and do all that."
It's not in the limelight. There's not a video camera. There's not millions of people watching. And
No, it just don't offend white people with money.
And
I'm being dead serious.
No, but here's the thing when it comes to it. You already know that most of my answers I get based off of South Park and Game of Zone.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
He put out South Park. I
No,
wouldn't
because
have
here's the thing. Like, we're talking about this 2 years later, but South Park had that episode where they were playing the volleyball game, and they go to sing the.
Look, I know.
You know the episode I'm talking about where they go to sing the national anthem. and they're like, little Debbie's standing up. Oh no. Kathy, she just took a knee. She just took a knee. Oh no. Now Lisa's going down. She's taking a knee. Oh my God. We got 4 down. And they go through the anthem. They all sit. And everybody's like, okay, so we have 5 players down. Everybody's like cashing in their bets, and they don't even care about the volleyball game. And that's what pop culture is. But my thing is, if you just take the anthem off of TV and say, we'll broadcast commercials, so we're not putting the issue. And it's not to say there isn't an issue. But you don't bring it to a limelight if you just go to commercials.
It's truthful. Yeah. It's truthful.
Or you just don't play the anthem before the game.
No, they want you to respect the veterans that served our country.
Right.
And I respect them also because, like I said, even school.
Yeah.
When we sat down on the national anthem, we got suspended.
And me and Matt talked about this.
But there are so many rules that go in that with religion. Like you've had issues in school with kids with different religions and the national anthem playing and all that kind of stuff.
There was a girl I know that got expelled because she said something funny during the national anthem.
What school did you go to?
I went to U.S. Williams in downtown.
God damn.
But we talked about this last year when all this first was going down. Back when we were still doing it in the bedroom. If nobody mentioned it, would it be an issue? If Colin Kaepernick took a knee and nobody said nothing.
Really ask the question: is it really an issue for somebody to kneel during the national anthem?
I don't understand.
That's the other thing.
That's my point. It's an issue because we're making it.
The percentage of veterans that said, "I don't have an issue," it's probably like 3%. Can we agree with that?
I wouldn't say 3. No, I wouldn't.
Others, like how many of them came out and said, "I don't have an issue"?
A lot of
them.
But there are a lot of veterans that don't have an issue.
No, a majority of them said, I feel as though it's disrespectful because I fight for this country every damn day.
But
this is what you do.
And then this is the other thing that just breaks this whole thing down. The whole kneeling to the national anthem wasn't even about the national anthem.
If you're saying you're upset because it's disrespecting the flag, you're not a patriot, you're just a flag lover.
You're just a flag lover. And that's the truth. I mean, and as somebody who's been around that, you fought for somebody to be able to do that. That's why you fight. That's why you go out there.
Technically unpatriotic.
I'm not trying to downplay.
Absolutely. I hear your point, though.
I'm not trying to downplay the whole Kaepernick protest. I respect what they're doing. Yeah, I felt as though I called this along when Kaepernick was doing it, before Michael Jacobs was doing it. I said it. The NFL is going to stop this pretty soon, and it's not going to last. When the Donald Trump thing happened, I'm like, Donald Trump is going to talk.
And that's a whole nother aspect. I'm sorry. Our president, and there's so many things to say. Yeah, but there's so many things that you can say about Donald. But Donald going out there and saying that the players should be losing their jobs and calling them all these names and doing all that. That just shows me, like, look, I understand that the anthem is a very sensitive thing for veterans and all that, but it became so much. It is so far off topic from what this whole thing started about that this is the main issue is just that whenever people of a minority actually have an issue and then bring it to light with the powers that are given to you by your veterans and all that and from our own country, and then we bring that to light, now you divert it to something that's not even the issue that we wanted to talk about, that we actually are trying to bring to the forefront, and then you try to switch it on us and make it seem like, oh, now we're the problem. We're the ones who are doing this, when the whole issue was for that year, you couldn't go onto your social media, your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, whatever, without seeing somebody getting shot on your damn Facebook. I mean, I was pulling up my Facebook and every single week somebody was getting shot.
I was just showing him a video. The Confederate flag was up, and some white guy was pulling a rope, and it was African American on the rope, literally. And I showed him like, yo, this is crazy. I don't know if it was real or not, or was just for views, but I was like, yo, like this is getting out of hand. And I agree with mostly where everything's going on, and I want to be a cop for the future, you know. Mm-hmm. And I just can't stand how everything's going on at this moment.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, and even the main issue, nobody was ever saying that all police are bad. You need police in our world. You need that, and they do one of the hardest jobs in America. We all get that. That's not even what Colin Kaepernick said. That there is a select few. There is a direct community in that community that is doing the wrong thing, putting a bad name for everybody. If you have a circle of people around you, and somebody that you're associated with is doing something that's not the same as the group, then that's all y'all.
And
You're
I'm
associated
kind of
with that
happy
person.
some of them are going to jail now.
And
Now the justice system is fine now.
And I've had conversations because my uncle's a cop, and he's a white cop, and he feels kind of offended by it. And we've had conversations about the anti-protests and whatnot. And his number one thing is, well, there's always the bad apples. Like there's always the 1% bad apples in every industry. And I said I agree. I said unfortunately, a cop is the one industry you can't afford to have the bad apples, because in other industries, if you make a mistake, you can make it up. If you kill somebody, you can't make that up.
Right.
Right? If you don't know how to handle yourself when a situation gets a little out of control and you shoot and kill somebody, I mean, you can't bring that back.
Nope.
And so you have to be able to. I don't know if this is with the training. I don't know. I think
It's part of it.
I think police
The
officers
training.
have to hold themselves accountable. But you see, you have. This is what I think, and I could be wrong, but this is just how, from my observation, you see. White police officers, they have a stereotype of how black people normally act. So when the situation just escalates a little bit, they automatically are assuming worst case scenario instead of let's see how this plays out.
Yeah.
You see, because white people escalate things and they let it play out. A black person, they're starting to escalate. They may escalate things, and it's like, oh well, this is going to go to them trying to kill me, so let me shoot them before they try to kill me.
Yeah.
And that's just uneducated. That's just uneducation.
Yeah, and I will say this: they shouldn't be. I mean,
I think
a person who gets stopped by a police officer or is getting talked to by a police officer, they should know at that point in time the police officer has all the power. So if you disagree with the police officer, take your L now and win in court if that's what you feel.
Exactly.
Right. So people should know that, but at the same time, if whether they're miseducated or whatever, if they do escalate an issue, a cop should see it out before spraying. Take your steps you have to take before you pull a gun. You spray them.
You got a taser.
Yeah, taser. They're reaching for the gun first.
Yeah.
I think that's the first thing they reach for their gun.
It's a fact.
There was somebody.
And I'm just talking about the bad apples. Not
there was somebody.
99%
There's somebody in Camden that was following the officer's direction. I don't know where he got tased. Nothing on video, on Facebook, and everything. It's sad.
Yeah.
But let's talk about these streets.
I don't know. We're gonna take a quick break, play another joint, stretch our legs, and then when we come back, we're gonna play 5 minutes with Matt. So all y'all get to. Yeah.
Well, no, we gotta do the Mac boy too. We still got 25 from what I'm seeing.
What? No, it's 9:30.
Huh?
9:40.
Oh, it's 9:40. Looks like
so-
20. I was just saying for the whole
three
string.
y'all get to play 5 minutes.
What's
We
that?
gonna put in the Khalil Mack boy though too. We gotta talk about Khalil.
Khalil.
Before the 5 minute, we gotta talk about Khalil.
Well,
Mac
like I said,
attack.
You
The
got
Mac
5
joint.
minutes to talk
I'm a
about
Bears
Khalil.
fan.
You got 5. I
Okay.
got this.
Wait, what's the 5 minutes?
5 minutes.
You'll see it.
Let's say it's a 5. You get 5 minutes. Let's go.
Oh, I love this. I'm gonna be ranting.
Y'all gonna
No
love
curse
this.
for me.
Right over there.
I'm not gonna curse, but I'm gonna be ranting. I'm gonna be like, you know what? Forget the Eagles. They don't deserve it.
I think that whole situation was wild, man. It's too wild. I was just happy. I was very happy.
My cousin's called me a hater about it. I'm like, no, I'm not a hater. It's just I know what I'm gonna see from the NFL.
Yeah.
That's why I'm I'm also against some people that some people do it just to be good.
Yeah.
I'm against that. Like, I'm like, yo, like if you're not against them for that reason, respect the military. You know, like a lot of people think I'm a hater about them. Like, listen, a lot of people do it for just for like the whole popularity. I hate it.
I do think Colin Kaepernick did something. Obviously, like you said, we're talking about it 2 years later. There's still issues about it. He did something that he's going to be remembered for, whether it be good or bad. And I can't sit here and say that his decision to kneel for the national anthem was so wrong that it isn't doing any good for anybody. Because now you're looking at the police officers like, okay, they're holding you to a higher standard. We need you to act like this. We need you to think about these kind of things. You know, but the conversations are being had. If Colin Kaepernick never did what he did, we'd be having those conversations in the same way. You know, and so I can't look at his decision as being so horrible. I can only say that there was some good that came from it. And like you said, the people that are following in and just doing it for the fans and all that, those are the ones you can be like, okay, you don't need it. Like, we don't need to see
for that.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to do nothing when they have to stand up.
You saw when the WNBA went through, when they were actually doing it and everything, they were talking about, oh, we're going to suspend you, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, trying to cut the whole thing out.
I'm still waiting for my Madden versus Mac. Mac talk all shit, never played me. I tell everybody. Whoever want to play me in Madden, bring that bread. Cash out first. I know a lot of people that owe me money since last Madden.
Alright, we back. We about to play 5 minutes with Matt with our special guest. Since we all talking football and I don't know shit about football.
Woo!
Oh damn.
Alright, so 5 minutes with Matt. Question number 1 for the 3 of you guys is Khalil Mack goes to Chicago. Good move or bad move?
Yeah, first of all, let's give a shout out to DH. Man, this man spoke some truth that last time he came. He spoke some truth the last time he came in. He said the Bears were gonna win the division with a 10-6 record. And then 4 weeks later, Khalil Mack gets traded to the Bears. Everybody already on the hype with the Bears. Yo, I like him.
So is it a good move, bad move?
It's a great move. It's a great move for the Bears.
The Raiders, I don't know when
it makes the Raiders just. I mean, their defense wasn't that good. Even though Khalil Mack was the only part of their defense, they weren't that good with him. Now without him, they ain't got no defense. They have no defense whatsoever. They're rebuilding right now.
I think it's great for all parties involved. Like you said, the Bears, they got a great defensive player. The Raiders, with him, their defense was still ass. So they're not downgrading that much. And they get to save some money because what they were going to pay him for still an ass defense, you know. So I feel for all parties involved, it was good.
It's true.
I'm very happy. I am very happy because I'm a Bears fan. And we needed him because now we got Leonard Floyd, we got Akeem Hicks, we got Khalil Mack, we got Kyle Fuller back. We got the two safeties in the back.
Didn't Roquan go there too?
Roquan Smith from Georgia.
Oh my God.
I've been a Bears fan since Urlacher was there.
I have one question. Do the Bears fans still do the Super Bowl shuffle?
I hate you. He's like, I heard you.
Maybe I'm not a Bears fan.
I gotta know the answer. Like, I still know the rap.
Listen, man, I'm just happy. Like I think our defense was top 10 last year. We could be top 5. Trubisky, we got Allen Robinson now.
Yep.
We got
Kevin White looking healthy and good.
I'm still not up on him right now. We got
Andre. I feel you. I'm glad
you y'all got some Super Bowl experience now. With
your running backs. You got the duo with the running backs with Cohen.
Does that put them over Green Bay?
I feel
tight ends, Burton.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it depends on Green Bay's defense due to the fact they drafted 2 good rookie corners. Josh Jackson was a player of the year last year, and they got another one, Gerald Alexander, I believe. So they're only rookies. Let's see what happens.
Okay, Max on Chicago. Where does that put? What's the standings now? Is it
that division is hard.
I think you still got to put Green Bay at the top.
I think the Bears could get a wild card. I still got Minnesota up top just because the ugly with Kirk Cousins. Now, if Kirk Cousins has a bad season, I'm going Bears number 1 and Packers number 2. They're gonna fight for number 1.
Barring injury, you can't bet against Rodgers.
But that's the thing though with Aaron Rodgers. It's like, and you got 2 defenses now. And you got 2 defenses like Minnesota and Chicago in there. They gonna hit him. Yeah. And if that collarbone don't last, if he can't hold up, I mean, we know what Green Bay is without Aaron Rodgers.
And they just paid him
they just paid him crazy.
But they gotta protect him.
Yeah. All right, question number 2, which does tie into that, the Aaron Rodgers deal.
How do we feel about it?
Is it good? Is it bad?
I think now, I mean, at the end of the day, when it comes to the cap always raises. The quarterback, every market for every player raises as the cap goes. Mm-hmm. So Aaron Rodgers got the money that he deserves. Mm-hmm. You know, we know that.
Did that OBJ deal have an effect on it?
A lot of people feel as though that OBJ didn't even deserve that contract.
And just because, I don't think it affected it. Just because OBJ is a receiver, Aaron Rodgers. The deal that affected Aaron Rodgers was like the Case Keenum. Case Keenum deal, the Matt Ryan, and the Kirk Cousins deal.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Those deals. Those are the deals that affected how much money Aaron Rodgers got.
I think it was an excellent deal. Rodgers got what he deserved. It may hurt Green Bay in protecting Rodgers because if you're spending all that money, you know, you're not going to be able to invest. Also, that defense is always going to be garbage as long as you're paying Rodgers that much money. But I read an interesting stat. They said no team has won the Super Bowl in the Super Bowl era when the quarterback is making 10% or more of the salary cap. Aaron Rodgers is making more than 10% of the salary cap
because of the team.
Yeah.
The team around.
It was a good move.
Like the Eagles, Nick Foles was. Like that. Nick Foles, he's obviously not making that much, and neither was Carson.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, Russell Wilson. He was still on his rookie deal.
Tom Brady takes less money.
Joe Flacco was still on his rookie deal.
Mm-hmm. Joe Flacco got paid after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Tom Brady.
He got paid after, but that was after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Tom Brady consistently takes less than market value.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they said. So it was interesting.
Well, Patriots don't have cap on that at all.
Yeah, because if you're spending so much on quarterback, you can't put anything around the quarterback. That's why, I see the Eagles. The Eagles are trying to win now because they know they're going to have to pay Carson soon.
I like the Packers. Giving A-Rod that deal. You know, he's going to last long. He's going to be another Brady, probably better. Yeah. I feel as though that quarterback is the best decision at this moment due to the fact that he's basically a Tom Brady. That you're not going to touch him. Yeah. He runs out the pocket when he needs to. And they're going to have him for a long time. Just like with Khalil Mack deal. Like, Khalil Mack was there for 6 years.
Great from a marketing standpoint, too. Aaron Rodgers is a perfect person to have as the face of your franchise. No trouble, no nothing.
State Farm.
Yeah, State Farm. White friendly.
Remember, I was still under the discount double check.
I love how they did that. I love it. Just a quick point. I love how back when that was all going on with State Farm, how they all looked at Aaron Rodgers like, oh, he can do that, but Cam can't give a ball to a kid in the stands.
Yeah.
I like that little dynamic.
LeBron said the best. You know, there's a double standard with white and black athletes.
Oh yeah, look.
But I think Aaron Rodgers is a perfect face of the franchise, so I have no problem with that deal.
All right. So to piggyback off of that, I had a question of the day. Quarterback to take their team further in the playoffs. And these are your 4 choices. You got Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers,
Carson Wentz.
I said
Carson Wentz.
Okay, wait. The question is,
whose team gets further in the playoffs this year?
Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Carson Wentz,
and
Phillip Rivers. Who gets farther in the playoffs?
With their teams right now?
Yep.
If they all make
tough.
it.
I have to go between Carson and Phillip Rivers. The Chargers are very Don't sleep on the Chargers. I'll give the edge to Carson Wentz because the Eagles can still invest money in the other positions, where the other 4 quarterbacks you mentioned are staff. They're not on the rookie deals no more, so they're absorbing more cap space.
I feel as though we're sleeping on the Saints offense now. Still, the Saints offense, they just got Cameron Meredith. They got Mike Thomas. They still got the duo for the running backs. I will go Carson Wentz first, healthy. If not healthy, because he's not starting week 1, I'm going Drew Brees, Carson Wentz, then Aaron Rodgers. But
that's interesting.
I think Carson Wentz is still not. He's not healthy yet. I gotta see what he's gonna do when he is going back into the game. But Foles is starting there now, so I'm gonna go Drew Brees.
Right.
See me when I look at them all. Of course, as an Eagles fan, I want to say Carson Wentz, and I really do. When I'm looking at that division, though, it's going to be hard. I like the Phillip Rivers thing. I do. I like San Diego this year. I mean, I said L.A. Yeah, I like L.A. this year.
Have a good team.
I really do. But my thing with the Chargers is just that can they get there? They always start off slow these past years. But I remember the years back in the day when the Chargers were going with LT and Phillip Rivers and when they were doing it. And Antonio Gates. The only thing that was stopping them were the Patriots. That's it. So, hopefully, if I was to pick one off the top, I would say Phillip Rivers would be my top one that I would look at, especially in the AFC where really, honestly,
who's in their division?
Well, the division now is just Kansas City.
The question was amongst
Kansas City, Denver, Oakland, but
the 4 that are going to take each spot in each section.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm looking at the AFC like that's the best path to go the farthest. If you're looking at NFC, right? You name 3 quarterbacks off the jump that could all be in the NFC, and they all got to battle each other. Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Carson. That's gonna be hard. And then you got Matt Ryan in there. You got Cam in there. Who might be in. Like you got a lot of teams in the NFC.
We're breaking stuff down now that the season's about to start because third and final question: your team starts off this year, Thursday night, game 1.
Oh yeah.
What?
Who wins?
Who's taking it? Break the game down. You got.
I say Eagles.
Philadelphia Eagles.
I say Eagles because of this. I think at this point in time, obviously preseason means nothing, but the Eagles have looked horrible in preseason.
Atlanta's healthier.
But Atlanta's healthier, but the Eagles are home. If they was on the road, I would go with Atlanta.
Okay.
But at home, Philly's defense is a monster at home.
I want to see, and you're right. I think the defense. I don't even think you got to worry about the defense.
Yeah.
Alshon Jeffrey's not playing.
Mm-hmm.
And Nelson Aguilar, we're still going to see if he's playing. Jay Ajayi may not play.
I'm so sorry.
So
Is Tony Parker in Charlotte?
Yeah. Oh, he happy.
They just figured out Tony Parker's.
Yeah, so we know half the offense ain't playing.
And you know that affects the way that the Falcons are going to defend us.
Yeah.
So because Alshon Jeffries, Jay Ajayi, those two just off the jump, they do so much more for guys like Nelson Aguilar, you know, Matt Collins, you know, even now Mike Wallace in the fold with that, Zach Ertz, all them, like they just open up the field more. So I really want to see how Atlanta actually defends us and what our offense looks like without those pieces. You know, I hope that the offense just runs, kind of like almost like a Boston Celtics. You know, the offense is the offense; it's just going to run. But you can't. You take away if you took Julio Jones away from Atlanta. What's Atlanta? You know what I mean? Like, what are they really? So that's my one piece that I'm just like I don't know.
I got Atlanta winning, just with the injuries you just mentioned.
Yeah.
And I like Calvin Ridley.
I think
their offense has just got better with Calvin Ridley, Mohamed Sanu, and Julio at the wideouts. And then you still got Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman.
And then people talk about revenge and all that. It's not part of sports.
It's not part of revenge.
Look, last year in Philly, and as an Eagles fan, the only reason we won that game was because Julio couldn't get up high enough.
Julio jumps higher than him.
Now you're telling me that
because Julio mistimed the jump.
Well, mistimed the jump.
You saw him jump too early.
Mistimed. So you don't think that's in the back of their mind, like? And that Atlanta Eagles rivalry has always been tough.
Yeah,
like I said, I only give the edge to the Eagles. I know the injury. I only give the edge to them because they're home. And like I said, I was at that game, that freezing cold game in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And when I tell you that defense shut Atlanta down in the second half, they shut them down.
Oh yeah.
But the issue with that is Atlanta if they play in a dome, they don't play in cold weather.
Yeah, but
this one's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah, this is gonna be beautiful out there. The temperature's gonna be beautiful, but it's not gonna be in a dome. There's a difference between running on turf and running on grass. You wear sneakers in a dome.
This is going to be a tightly contested game.
It will. I
don't see a blowout.
I'll say I give the Eagles the edge like 17-14.
If I were to defense, I mean the defense got to.
Yeah, I think I say that
the corners got to step up big because last year the corners sucked. They did one route. The Eagles.
Philly.
Yes, the corners.
Jalen Mills don't suck.
Oh, stop!
Jalen Mills gets hits on double moves, but
double
moves, double moves.
Philly's corners don't have to be the best because they have the best D line.
And and that's why I said they're built like Seattle when they were going to back-to-back Super Bowls because Seattle they didn't have great corners.
So who y'all taking for the game Thursday night?
Eagles.
If I were to go,
Charlotte.
I'm sorry, I have to go.
Atlanta.
I can't do it as a hometown. My heart's telling me they're gonna lose, but I'm gonna say Philly 20-17.
Yeah, and I say Philly from a non-biased standpoint. I'm throwing out the fan out the window. I think
if I go non-biased, I'm sorry the way it looks. Atlanta, I might have to say
only like I said, only because Philly was on the road. I'll take Atlanta.
All right, y'all ready?
Yep.
They survived 5 minutes. Can they survive 30 seconds?
Yep.
Y'all ready?
For the predict. Okay, you
all
got
right,
the.
Here we go.
Game
Game 1. 49ers versus the Vikings.
Vikings.
49ers.
49ers.
Vikings.
40 Vikings.
I take Vikings.
Vikings.
49ers.
Oh no, Jimmy G never loses. He ain't lose
Vikings.
yet. I'm going 49ers.
The only undefeated
In that,
quarterback
I'm
in the
going
league.
in that dome opening in Minnesota.
Jimmy G
Time
gonna
out,
lose any Dayton porn
He about it's Rhode Island. Sorry. Rhode
Second
Island.
game, Steelers Browns.
Steelers.
Browns. No
Browns.
Le'Veon Bell. No
The Browns
Browns.
gonna shock the world. Le'Veon ain't
I go
playing
Browns
this
as
year.
well.
Yeah, Le'Veon not playing this year. Browns gonna shock
He's
the
not
world.
playing this year.
Nah, well, we
He
don't
still
know
ain't get a
yet.
contract yet.
Yeah, we don't know yet. We'll see.
Alright. Bengals, Colts.
Bengals.
Bengals.
I think
I say
Colts come out and surprise people. Andrew Luck's coming back. I
Well,
like the
first round
Colts.
pick 2 years ago. Still ain't playing.
Yeah.
Titans, Dolphins.
Titans.
I can't pick the
Titans.
Dolphins. I can't pick the Titans neither. Who's
I think the Dolphins are going to be the worst team in the NFL.
Okay.
Dolphins going to be the worst team in the NFL this year. I'm calling it.
Patriots, Texans.
Patriots.
Texans. The Patriots. Who's home?
Patriots.
Oh, never mind. Patriots.
I'll
Patriots.
go Texans because there's a lot of
It
injuries.
was a good game last year. Deshaun Watson's playing.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but I go Tom Brady.
Yeah, I say
Tom Brady.
Patriots win a
Well,
shootout.
did you know Edelman is like the only person he has right now is
Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom
Next,
Brady just had no.
Buccaneers, Saints are home.
Saints.
I
Saints.
say Saints.
Saints. That's a blowout.
Jameis
Saints.
Winston ain't even playing. We don't know what
Drew
that
Brees
offense is
throwing
going to
for
look like.
500.
Yeah, I'll go Saints.
Alright, Jaguars, Giants are home.
Jaguars.
I say
Jaguars.
Jags.
You said Giants are home?
Giants are home.
Odell's not
I
gonna
say
be.
Jags.
Odell's not gonna do nothing against Jalen Ramsey. Sorry.
I say no.
Jameis gonna be
Odell's still gonna get his.
Nah, no, he's
I'm
not.
I'm low on Jacksonville this year. I don't.
Offensively?
It-
Defensively?
I'm always offensively. I've never really liked him. I'm not a big fan of Blake Bortles, but I don't know if that defense can replicate what they did last year.
Alright, Bills, Ravens. Ravens are home.
Ravens.
I got the
Ravens.
Bills.
I got Ravens. Bills.
I got the Bills.
Bills starting the quarterback that threw 7 interceptions
Nathan
when he started.
Peterman, right? Nathan Peterman.
Oh yeah. I forgot.
Alright, Chiefs, Chargers. Chargers are home.
Chargers.
Chiefs. Jason Verrett's out for season.
Patrick Mahomes.
Seahawks,
First start.
Broncos.
Seahawks.
Who's
Seahawks.
home?
Broncos.
Broncos.
I'd say Broncos. The high
That defense is slipped.
Is it home? Is Denver home or Seattle?
Denver's home.
Denver's
And
home.
Denver.
The altitude and everything.
defense
So
is
I
slipped.
don't know Seattle winning
That's
that.
why I said it, but-
Denver.
Alright, Redskins, Cardinals.
Redskins.
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Who's home?
Cardinals.
I think the Cardinals are going to
David
surprise a lot of
Johnson's coming
people this
back.
year.
Sam Bradford. I don't think Sam Bradford.
Their defense, the Cardinals' defense is going to surprise
If
people.
going to the if Redskins is going out west, yeah, I take the
Cowboys, Panthers. Panthers are home.
Cowboys.
Panthers.
I think Cowboys.
I got the
I think
Cowboys.
Panthers.
I think Zeke is about to have a monster year.
Cowboys.
I'm talking about like
I
Here
feel
go.
you.
Bears,
Zeke.
Packers.
Bears.
Packers.
Bears,
We got the
Packers,
Mac attack.
Packers are home.
Packers are
Bears.
home. Still Bears. I go Bears too.
Mac is gonna have.
Oh, wait, no,
I gotta go with the Green Bay Rodgers.
I don't know if Mac is full go.
He is.
Is he full go?
He's full go.
Okay.
Full go.
I still
Bears.
gotta go.
Last but not least, Monday night we have the Jets and the Lions.
Lions.
I go Jets. Sam
I'll go
Darnold.
Sam Darnold. He's
Sam
special.
Darnold.
He's
I'll
special.
go with the Lions just because they're healthy, new running back,
Stafford's
new defense,
washed.
and they got Matt Patricia down, defensive coach. So I go Lions.
You know what?
I think Sam Darnold's gonna be special.
The one thing about Detroit for me is just that we always look at Detroit like they're going to do something. They have not. I mean, what?
Detroit always looks sexy at the beginning of the year.
And they never come through.
Yeah.
They never come through.
Like,
Matthew Stafford, and
You know-
as good as he
you know-
is, it's
you know,
just
you know who Detroit remind me of? The Clippers when they had Paul and Griffin.
at a point. Yeah, definitely. And I think
it's like they got everything to put, but they just.
and I think they're more on the downslope now than they are the
Yeah,
uptick.
Yeah.
Alright, so on that note, it's a wrap for this episode.
Absolute.
Good job, Matt.
Hey, you know,
Shout
good
out
job,
to
It was
everybody.
a pleasure being here. Man.
That's what's up. Shout out to Keith.
Y'all got invite me back out here again.
Definitely.
I'll
I'll
definitely gotta come back.
Yes.
I mean, definitely once like basketball season gets and our schedule lightens up, we trying to.
I'm putting out a new single next month too, man. So I'll come
Yeah.
through.
I'm definitely coming back whenever y'all want to invite my brother back or just me. You know,
Nah,
Yeah.
we're looking for some good sports talk.
I love
Absolutely,
sports.
man.
You know.
Yeah,
Again, shout out to Briscoe. Shout out to him selling jerseys for $150.
Oh yeah.
that's what's up.
Who's selling jerseys?
Isaiah Briscoe.
I put them on, I think. Yo, that's crazy.
Alright, shout out to
It's a lot of
Presto for
work.
coming through.
Shout out to Mir Fontaine.
Shout out to Mir Fontaine.
Oh yeah, since we doing shout out.
And shout out to Mir Pixels too, yo.
Shout out to Wayne Campbell, Crack, Rob, free double up, free cars. You already know. Shout outs to Fontaine, me, K Lyles, and Cyber got a new track.
What happened to Blizz?
Huh?
Is Blizz cool?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's cool.
He's cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, cause they said.
Yeah.
I heard about it, but I don't know nothing about it. Yeah,
We're talking about that off the camera.
Yeah.
Off
Okay.
camera, but good show, everybody. It's a pleasure. Thank you for coming out.
Y'all can't the rappers still dissing each other?
No, everybody's cool now. They just be
On that note, we out of here.
Absolutely.
See y'all next week.